Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to avoid injury and relax your wrists. If you relax your wrists, you can actually play better and safer and avoid hurting yourself. Piano playing should not hurt. If it's hurting your hands, there's a problem, and I'm going to show you some ways to fix that problem before it causes some serious injury. Because if you keep playing while it hurts, you can actually injure your hands pretty bad. So I'm going to show you some ways to do that, and it actually makes your piano playing better. It makes your reach better. You can stretch further if your wrists are relaxed, and it prevents injury. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Why are we talking about that? Well, because I noticed when I was practicing my song for this week that I was having a lot of tension in my wrists and it was starting to hurt. And I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but I'm going to show you some ways that I used to try and fix it. So here's the song that I was learning, the Bugle Call Rag. I kind of talked a little bit about with you. So the thing that has a tendency to create tension in this song is right here where you have like all these octaves. My whole hand is moving and I'm playing C's, then A's, then F's, and I'm just playing, I'm playing a lot of octaves in a row. So I'm going to play all of these with my pinky and my thumb. But the problem is if I play them all like that, here, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, missed a note, sorry. It's hard to play when I'm holding a phone at the same time. C, A, nope, C, A, F. Yeah, like that. Okay, now, there's a tendency sometimes when you're playing octaves to really, can you see that tension in the back of my hand? Like you can see like the tendons right there. You can see the lines going all the way from my wrist all the way up to my fingers. Do you see that? That's no good. That's much better. Do you see the difference? I let go of the tension in these three fingers right here. I don't need to be holding these three fingers super tight while I'm reaching an octave with these two. I can relax these ones completely. So what I do is I play my octave and then I really think about relaxing those three fingers. So I'm going to play that part really slow and really think about keeping these three fingers just resting on the keyboard, not holding them up, not holding them down, not tensioning them, just keep them nice and relaxed. So you notice when I do that, I actually, my wrist is moving up and down, and that's actually a way that you can know that you're not having too much tension. If you can move your wrist up and down like this while you're playing, then you know that you're not being too tense. And then sometimes it takes a while to get rid of that tension. So techniques there. What I was doing is you play the note, focus on relaxing all your other fingers. Just let them flop where they may. Don't have no tension in those fingers. If someone else were to come up, they should be able to like pick up and move your fingers around without affecting these ones because you're so loose. In fact, I'm going to have Lily do that for me. Hey, Lily, come here. Come here. I want you to grab one of my middle fingers and just pull it up a little bit. Show my piano students how it doesn't change. Oh, I lifted my pinky. Oh, you know what that means? I had too much tension. I'm going to try it again. Go ahead, Lily. See? She can flop that around. Flop around one of my other fingers. Yeah, see? And it doesn't change the two that I'm holding down, does it? And I can still move my wrist around like this. That's what we want right there. Now, when you get playing fast, it's really easy to add a lot of tension because you start thinking, oh, I have to go fast, and you start adding a lot of tension. The truth is you can actually play it faster when you're relaxed. Way faster than trying to... And it sounds better when you're more relaxed. So that's one thing. Relax, okay? Another thing you can do to avoid injury, okay? When I am trying to reach really far, sometimes I try and reach really far by stretching my pinky really far like this. And you know what that does? This is actually a big no-no. Why is this a big no-no? Look at my wrist. My arm goes up straight like this, and then my hand turns like this. Do you see how my wrist is totally cocked right there? You see my little scar right there from a bee sting I got a long time ago? Anyway, that's not related. But you see how my wrist is cocked to the side like that? That's actually really, really bad for your wrist to play piano like that. We need to straighten that out, okay? And the way to straighten that out is to bring your pinky up higher on the key. If I bring my pinky up higher on the key, did you see how that straightened out my wrist? I still have a bend right here at my pinky, but I don't have that big bend here at my wrist. That is actually much, much healthier for my hand. To keep my wrist straight and have the bend be at my pinky instead of in my wrist. That's much healthier for my hand. I'm going to avoid carpal tunnel syndrome that way. It's not going to hurt. This does not hurt at all. And it's the same size stretch as I was getting before. And I can still bounce my wrist around. My other fingers are still floppy. But my wrist is straight. So I do watch for that when I'm trying to avoid tension too, and that helps too. And one last thing that helps avoid tension and avoid injury is on these little sections. See that left hand that's jumping around? I think I pointed that out to you last time. I have this left hand that's changing a position on every single note. Okay, every single beat, it's changing to a totally new spot. And the way to keep tension from doing that is called wrist circles. I'm going to show you what wrist circles is. Wrist circles is when you're playing the note, when you play the low one, you're going to be kind of low on the keyboard and lift up from your wrist. But then when you play the high one, you're going to go down. And then you go to the low one and pull up, and then go to the high one and push down. And I'll show you what that looks like in practice. But what that does is it makes sure that your wrist is never stuck at one spot. It keeps it moving, keeps it flexible, and actually the up at the bottom helps spring you to the one at the top. It actually helps get you faster. And then since you're going down at the top, you can actually start moving your hand a little sooner to reach that one. So it actually makes you faster too if you can do the wrist circles like this. So I'm going to show you what it looks like full speed, but wrist circles is really, really huge. Why do they call it wrist circles? It's because your wrist is like going down, up and around, while your hand is moving. Your wrist is kind of doing this motion right here. And it's called a wrist circle because if you look at it this way, your wrist is tracing like this. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like full speed in this section of the song. It's pretty fun to play, so here we go. That's just a piece of my song that I was working on, but I hope you saw the good wrist circle technique in there. I hope you saw that my left hand stayed very relaxed, and I hope you learned a little bit about how you can do that too. The way to practice relaxing is to play your song really, really slowly and relax between every single note. And once you can do that, once you can relax after every single note, eventually your body will learn how to do it automatically, so you don't have to have all that tension and you don't have to injure yourself. So, happy practicing and good luck. I'll see you later.